Hey guys, Future Alley from the editing room. We did accidentally mispronounce our author's name, so it is Nadia Rumbolt we will be interviewing today. I hope you enjoy the show.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Books I Read with My Cat. I'm your host, Courtney.
I'm Val.
And I'm Allison.
Woo! This is episode 37, and it's a special episode because we got a special guest on today.
We do.
We are kicking off our summer author series with Nadia Rumbolt.
Yeah.
She is the author of Blood Cure. So we get to hear all about the book and just her writing style and process and maybe whatever the future holds. Ooh,
Ooh.
mysterious.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I love it.
Right? So, the first question of the day. What are you drinking?
Ooh. Well, I guess it's a latte because I made a chai and I added some almond milk to it, so I think it's a chai latte.
Oh.
Ew.
It's
Oh.
ice.
Oh. I guess it would be, wouldn't it?
It would. So I have an
It
iced
would.
chai latte because it has milk,
And
not
chai
real
equals
milk,
tea.
almond milk.
It's still milk.
Huh?
It's still
Yeah,
milk.
it is still milk. That's true, but it's good.
Is good.
What
I
about
get
you,
the
Allison?
like
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead.
it's okay. I get the, like, Tazo pre-made chai sometimes when it's on sale
Mm,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
because it's nice and, like, easy. But I get the, like, reduced sugar one because the, like, regular one just has it's too sweet for me.
Yeah.
And,
Fair.
I don't like super sweet tea.
No. Which is, like, for me, you would think I would too, which I do, but I've been reducing my tea and my sugar intake by 50%, especially, like, with boba tea where you can control that a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, but when I go to the tea room with my partner, I'm just there with 2 scoops of sugar and he does 4.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm like, "Alex."
Like my guy.
Half the
Ev
little jar of
It was, we go
sugar.
through half the jar.
My god.
Uh, what are you drinking, Allison?
I am drinking coffee.
Wow.
Because we're recording this in the morning, and I like a good cup of coffee in the morning. And I was eating my peanut butter waffles and bananas, so it goes well together.
I
Don't
guess.
don't judge me.
I suppose.
I mean, it's you know what? You know what? With our definitions, it's tea adjacent.
It is tea adjacent. We have gone over how a coffee is tea adjacent. It's instead
Yes,
of
It's
leaf water,
bean
it's bean
water.
water.
it's
Yeah.
bean water. It's full of the
And
beans.
coffee is a
I'm
plant,
sorry.
so it counts.
It counts.
It does. It does. Thank you. Thank you for accepting that.
What are you drinking, Courtney?
I am drinking it is called Blueberry Yogurt Herbal Tea by the Spice and Tea Exchange.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, it is very, like, the yogurt flavor is, like a back end flavor, um,
Mhm.
and it's like, how they get that is just it just says natural flavor, non-dairy, fresh buttermilk and cream. So, somehow it's incorporated into the leafies.
Interesting. Maybe it's like dried buttermilk or something?
Maybe, I wonder if, like, maybe one of them was, like, coated and then it did the dehydrator or something, I don't know.
I don't
That
know.
sounds
That's
interesting.
interesting, though.
Right? It's a luscious caffeine-free blend, bursting with sweet tart blueberry flavor, mellow apple, fig, and creamy yogurt notes. Vibrant and smooth, it brews
Ooh.
a stunning ruby blue infusion, which, like, literally it is ruby blue.
It sounds
uh,
really good.
yeah, refreshing
Yeah, that
iced or
does.
cozy hot. It's yeah. I'm like halfway through my bag. It's kind of depressing.
Oh
Oh.
no. Oh no.
You'll be traveling to a place with a spice and tea exchange, so you can always get more.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might need to
Yeah.
stock
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Do
I
it.
just got some oh gosh, what was it? It tasted like blue Jolly Rancher from
Ooh.
Spice Tea and Spice Exchange. I forget the, like,
Oh,
exact name.
yeah. Okay, wait. I think I know which one you're talking about because I sampled that one. They had it in the little thing. You
Mhm.
know? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That one's good.
it is. I got
What's
a
the
whole
little
bag of
thing?
it last time I was there. It's like blue raspberry something.
Yeah.
Blue raspberry crush, that's what it's called.
Oh, blue raspberry crush.
Yeah, it's very good. I got it. I got like a giant thing iced when I was there, and then I was like, "Yeah, I like it enough. I'm just gonna buy a bag of it."
Wait, did I hear a cat?
No, the loud noise was me, so I could catch it on the recording.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at
That's it.
Ray. She's so precious. She's a precious
She
baby.
does she
She
like to
really
eat
is.
your food? Does she
She
want your
likes to smell
bananas and
it.
waffles? Okay.
She just likes to smell it. She doesn't try to eat it or anything.
Oh,
Um,
that's good.
she might. I mean, I've never given her any like human food just because she doesn't want it. So,
Right.
she just likes to scream her woes when her bowl is half empty.
As is
Oh,
tradition.
Yeah, exactly. As is tradition. As one
as
does
is
when you're a cat.
tradition.
She has the funniest loaf, guys. Like, she
Loaf.
doesn't
No.
look relaxed sometimes. Like, she is, but like, she's very scrunched up. But, like, her feet are really
Mhm.
close together, so it makes her little arch really high. So she looks
Oh.
stiff because she just like squishes her little paws under her so tightly.
Oh,
Oh.
And it's really cute. And I can't get a good picture right now because she's facing away from me, so it's just her back end looks like a camel. But she's just
oh,
so
No.
precious
cute.
baby.
That's so cute. I love cats.
I do too.
I do
She's
too.
a good cat.
How are the rest of your kitties?
They're
Well, mine are
great.
good. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. How dare you?
Well, it was a general question out of
Exactly.
context.
How dare. Um, no, my kitties are great. They're grizzly. I said this last time. His fur is coming in so nicely and
No.
so cute. He's like velvety smooth. He's so
No.
velvety. Kind of decided if this keeps like if he still can't really like take care of himself, we might do this a little bit often-ish. Like not super
Yeah.
often, but like make it part of a routine for him because he seems so much like more comfortable. Um,
Good.
so he's been doing great. He's walking better. I don't know, maybe it's just cooler.
Yeah.
Comfy on his skin. So
I think so. He's like, I feel
Oh,
great.
that's so good.
yeah, he's good. And then Lukey Pookie is little, not little. He's big old catitude of cuteness. He's good. Nothing really new to update on him. He just likes to lounge and be a fluffy butt of solid proportions. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Franklin's great. She's now
Franklin.
responding mostly just to Franklin, so apparently she has accepted the full name. Um, like you might hear the cat meowing here in a second because Kendrick is at the door. Um, but yeah,
No.
Frank is being. She's so sweet. Like she's always sweet, but she's like extra lovey-dovey recently, so it's really cute. and
Oh,
fun.
I wonder why.
She's like doing like the crossing between your feet and just being really cute. So
No.
Oh,
I don't
being
know.
hammy.
Indeed,
That's
being
so
yummy.
cute.
Yeah. So
What about
how
you,
about your
Courtney?
kitties?
Well, my kitties were good. I just took a trip, and apparently they survived it just fine because my partner was home and he was giving them lots of love. But by the end, they were getting pretty antsy. And when I came back, Bella was pretty much Velcroed to me. Like literally, I was just laying on my stomach on the bed. Like the second day I was home, and like she was literally leaning up against my arm. Like she was just like,
Oh.
"Nope, this is mom." Like, and this is my mom.
No.
Um, Danny was being like a little weird, but also at the same time, like he has his moments where he was being clingy. So maybe he was mad, but also like I think he is really developing his relationship with my partner. Um,
Good.
yeah, it's kind of like bittersweet a little bit because he's always been my baby, but I'm glad that they're getting along.
I
But
mean,
while I was
you've been
yeah,
together with your partner for like what, 8 years, 9 years?
no,
It's
9 years.
about time. It's
Yeah,
about time that
and I mean they've only been living together for 4 years,
Yeah, but still.
still. Um, but while I was away, I was staying at my friend's house and they have 4 cats. And so I love them all.
Wait, they
You
have
love
4
them
now? I thought
all.
they had 3.
No, they've
Wait,
always had 4.
Oh,
I didn't realize that.
yeah.
Yeah. So um her boy, I guess her fiance, um he had 2. And then she
Mhm.
had 1. And then his sister was like, "Oh, I have this cat. I found this cat, but I can't take care of him." And they're like, "Okay, I guess we'll take care of him." So now they've had 4. So they moved up there with 4.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So he's been
I didn't
around for a
realize
while.
that.
Yeah. So, first is Lola. That's Danny's other sister in a way, because they were roommates for a long time, and they grew up together. So,
And they
uh,
were roommates.
they were roommates, and they were brother and sister. Uh, um, so she like remembers me, even though it's been like a hot second. And so
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, yep, it's Auntie Courtney. Auntie Courtney came to
Every
visit."
every once in a while, her little donut picture shows up.
I love her donut picture. Lola the donut. Yeah, when she got
Yeah.
spayed, uh, my friend put the donut ring on her instead of a cone, and oh my god, it was so precious. It was so cute.
It's so cute. I love
It's
that
so
photo.
cute. um, and then her fiance has Smokey, which is what is he like a Siamese looking kind of cat, but like the foofy one.
Mm.
I love a foofy cat.
Yeah, and he has blue eyes. Uh,
Oh.
He's funny because, like, the first time I visited, he wouldn't come downstairs, like, at all. Like, he was, like, very cautious and, like, not really sure what to think of me until the last
Mhm.
day. This time
Oh.
yeah, this time, he actually let me pet him on day 1. So, yeah. And so
Wow.
he was still kinda be like, but and then, like, kinda, like, wary of me if I, like, came too close. It's kinda like, "Ooh, do I need to run back upstairs?" Yeah, I'm gonna run back upstairs. Um but I mean, I still pet him. He was, like, sniffing my foot. He was being a roly-poly. He was being very good. He's very sweet.
Oh.
Um, he has a brother named Hershey, who he is like a Havana brown. So he
Oh my
actually is
gosh.
brown. Yeah, he's like chocolate brown.
Oh, I love
Um,
brown cats. They're so pretty.
yeah. My partner, I would send him pictures and videos of Hershey, and he's like, "I'm gonna eat him." I'm like, "Yeah, he's gonna taste like chocolate. It's gonna be great." um, and Hershey is so loud and noisy. He um loves food time, and so like whenever it's food time, he goes wah, wah. It's so
Oh.
cute. And then before he gets his scoop, he has to go meow wow, and he won't get his scoop until he goes meow wow.
That's
Oh.
amazing.
I know.
I love that
He
training.
and, like, he'll, like, go, like, "Meh," at you because he wants, like, your attention, but then you, like, go to pet him, and he, like, runs away and, like, looks back, like, he wants you to chase him, and I'm like, "I can't pet you if you keep running."
That's so funny.
I know. And then that 4th cat is Itzy, and he is Itsy Bitsy. He is like a Leo, a bag of bones, but he's gray.
Oh.
And
Oh.
he like whenever my friends are sitting on the couch, like he has to be on their lap. Has to.
Oh,
There is no other
baby.
option. I know. And it's like, get out of my butt. Stop it. Like and he will insist on being there.
He's like, I must be up your butt.
Yep, yeah, he like has to be up their butt. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
No.
Yeah, so I
Yep.
had fun.
I love
That's
that.
good.
Yeah. I told Lola because they're in Portland, which is the Pacific Northwest. I'm like, Lola's a sassy squatch because she is sass.
Oh,
That's adorable.
that is.
I know. So there's some new cats for you guys.
Yeah. That's good. Well, I don't want to jinx it, but I think Terry's feeling better.
Yay!
Oh,
That's
He
so
that's
hasn't
cool.
awesome.
been as cranky and
Knock on
like his
wood.
medicine's done. Yeah, I know. Knock on all the wood.
I just did
Uh, yeah, me too.
it.
But he's doing better. We did have to get new litter boxes because the old litter box we had, I think I told you, has like a little like 2-inch little like landing pad or something, but he
Mhm.
kept pooping on
Mhm.
it, and
Ah.
then he get poop on his belly.
Mhm. Because he'd crawl
Oh,
out and yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we
yeah.
got one with like a not even a quarter of inch thick like entrance.
Yeah.
So hopefully he won't be able to do that again. And if he somehow poops on that small of a surface, he deserves it, I guess.
Like that takes talent.
It really
Yeah.
takes effort too. Are you
What was that?
good? I'm sorry. I currently have a show happening in front of me. She's trying to attack and eat her back leg like a chicken leg or a corn on the cob.
Okay.
She's washing herself and doing bunny kicks against her own body.
Oh my
I'm
god.
so sorry for interrupting you, Val, but
No, it's okay.
I
She's so cute. I
I
love
can't with
that.
this cat.
Um, and Leo, he's good. He's a bag of bones. We just celebrated his 10th adoptiversary.
Oh, his 10th gotcha day.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't believe we've had him a decade.
I know.
10
Crazy.
years. That's weird.
Yeah.
I know. He's still my little baby.
He will always be a little baby.
Yeah.
They are not allowed to grow up.
No, they're
True.
not.
I need Japan, I need that shot. I need to give them that vaccine so they can live forever.
Yep. I need
Hurry
my
up.
cats to live forever. Thanks.
Chop
Okay,
chop.
thanks, bye.
Chop chop chop. Oh, I had a question for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. What is
If
the
your
question?
cat was a pastry, what pastry would they be? Because I
Oh.
think Leo, or like any baked good, it doesn't have to be a pastry, but Leo
Okay,
would
wait.
absolutely be a baguette.
Okay. I love that.
Because like he doesn't loaf, he just like
Yeah, he's just
he
long.
like he long.
He's long.
He's long. And I think Terry would be a cinnamon roll.
I think Terry is a cinnamon roll for sure.
I agree with that.
Danny's a ham croissant.
Okay, yeah.
croissant.
Yeah.
Croissant.
Croissant.
I've been saying that for all week. And then Bella would be pumpernickel, just like a bread.
Just
'Cause
like
she
a
is a loaf.
pumpernickel loaf.
Yeah, just like a pumpernickel loaf.
I love
Oh.
pumpernickel.
Honestly,
Pumpernickel's the best kind of bread.
it is
Not
pretty
the
good.
best, but like
It is
it's one of my
pretty good.
favorites.
Yeah, I'll never say no to pumpernickel.
Same.
Yeah. I think Grizzly is a good sourdough bread.
Yes,
Ooh.
yes.
He's old and a little stinky, but
a little
tasty.
cranky, a little sour.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yes.
Got a good crust on him.
He does. He did.
Oh my god. Incredible. Oh,
And then
Oh.
Luke is a big fat loaf of white bread.
Like Wonder Bread, you think?
Like Wonder
Like the
Bread.
cheapest
Yeah.
stuff you can find.
The cheapest, fluffiest white bread you can get.
oh my god. I love that.
He is white bread. We need to find someone who can draw our cats like these pastries.
Please.
Yes.
And then Frank, she needs to be some kind of pastry that's got like kind of like a sour fruit, like a really good like sweet pastry, but also has a little bit of like a sassy sour.
What about like a raspberry like Danish or something?
Like a tart, like a
Ooh,
raspberry
like
tart.
a tart.
Tart, yeah. Tart's
Yeah.
even more tart.
I like
Yeah.
that raspberry tart,
Raspberry tart.
blackberry tart.
Yeah.
Blackberry tart.
Mm.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it. Yep.
I
That's
love
Frank.
this question. This was a great question.
I
Yes.
had that I thought about it the other day. I was like, I need to remember this. So I wrote it down.
Like we must discuss.
Yes. Cause like, yeah, I think Frank is absolutely just like a tart. A blackberry
Yeah.
tart.
She is
She
a tart.
honestly, she's so cute.
But she got like
She
some
is.
nice sweet glaze on her too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little drizzle
Uh,
of icing.
Yeah. Like that
She also has that little
clear
tang.
sugar stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
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 I like it. And
Yeah.
there's some good cat pastries.
Yum. I could eat them all up.
Cat baker, you will.
A cat bakery.
That's what we have.
Bruh. You know what? I think they do have those like in Japan, like where like the items are kawaii and they have like they're like super cute and they look like animals and stuff. It is quite adorable.
I love that.
Kitty
I love
patisserie.
that. We're going to France? Are we taking our cats to France and sticking them in
Yes.
the pretty
Yeah, they're
windows?
just
Danny
so
can't
fancy.
fly.
They're just so
He's too
fancy.
big.
He can't fly. He's too
He's
fat.
not legal to fly in the cabin.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh. What if you buy an extra ticket?
Nope. He has to be in the carrier. And the carrier has to fit under the seat.
Oh
And
no.
he won't fit.
He's too chunky. You
He's
gotta
too
take him
chunky.
on the pet cruise. What is that? The Queen Mary too, or
Yeah,
something?
that's like the only way we can get him over to Europe. is that we like take him on the cruise ship and put him in like the kennel, which
Yeah.
would work. It absolutely would work. Like if that's what we need to do, yeah, sure. They can go visit him whenever you wanted to. I'm like, we'll just sleep in there with him. But yeah, that's literally the only way we can get him to another continent.
Yeah, I guess he'd have to drive up to wherever it leaves from.
Yeah, to New York.
That makes sense.
hmm Which that can be done too.
Cross
You just rent a car down here, drop it off in New York.
That's true. Cross country road trip with Danny. He'd love it.
And
Mhm.
Bella, because
It'd be
Bella
fun.
can't be left home.
Oh yeah,
Oh, no.
obviously. That was implied. But Bella could fly. Bella's a skinny queen and she could fly.
Bella will meet us there. Like
I'll just take the quick way.
Actually, she would hate it. I think she would hate the plane, to be honest. And she wouldn't shut
Yeah.
up. I love her. She won't shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. My partner's childhood cat, Spot, they moved from Arizona to Illinois, and on the flight, he somehow unzipped the carrier from the inside and just
What?
like yeah. He went on a little adventure.
Oh my god. How long did it take for them to notice?
Like 15 minutes.
Oh my god. So you were just roaming the plane for 15 minutes. Oh, what a little
Yeah.
shit.
And he's a little scaredy cat, so but he didn't have claws.
Right.
But he apparently bit my mother-in-law
Oh no.
mid-flight, and she bleeds a lot, so that was a whole
Oh.
incident.
Mm.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, Bella is currently being tackled and squished and kissed right now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she's being attacked.
No.
I realized I
She
did
likes it.
not assign a pastry to Ray.
Oh, you need to
Oh,
assign a
yeah.
pastry to Ray.
And I have decided she is a loaf of olive bread.
Okay. Why?
Okay. She's savory because like all the
Uh-huh.
olives and usually it has like rosemary and stuff, right? Right?
Mhm.
Right?
Right.
And they can also be very soft and like fluffy and air not fluffy, but like airy.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah.
yeah.
So she's like that very like I'm here with you cat, but I'm not with you. But
Mhm.
I'm with
Yeah.
you. So it just feels very like she's got that little chewy crust, but she's soft on the inside because she
Yeah.
loves you. So she's olive
I
bread.
was thinking she kinda looks like a s'mores something or other.
She's not that sweet. She is very sweet, but not that sweet.
um, maybe a litter mate is is a s'mores.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Her markings, yes, they yell s'mores, but I feel like they also yell olive bread.
Yes, that's
Olive
true.
bread. Incredible.
I love that.
I don't know if you just heard her, but she just did her little rumble meow.
Oh.
She's so cute. What are you reading?
Ooh.
I have 3
Um,
books.
You go ahead.
I'm back up to 3.
Woo!
Um,
Yay. You did it.
I did it. I didn't know. I was like, I'm only reading 1 book at a time right now. No, this is not good.
That's not how
Who
you,
are you?
do.
It's not how I
Yeah.
read. So I'm reading 3. I'm still reading Matchmaking for Psychopaths by Tasha Coryell. Coryell. Really good book so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm about halfway through. So it's still ramping up. So it's taking longer than I thought for it to like completely hook me
Mm.
more. But that the prologue really hooked me. So I'm waiting for it to like, you know how like I can't think of the right word. It's not a horror book. It's like a suspense. That's it.
Mm.
Hits that point in the story where everything is just like you're going down the hill now,
Right, it's
right?
like
Mhm.
really at the 50% mark ish.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for that to hit because it feels like it's taken a bit longer than it should,
Yeah.
but I like it. So I'm hoping the ending helps it out. So so there's that.
Nice.
Matchmaking for Psychopaths. And then I am rereading again Heir of Fire for who knows how many times. It's my classic summer read, but also Kendrick is on Heir of Fire, which is why I'm rereading it. Um,
Ah.
he's not read it before and he likes to like text me like theories and stuff.
Mhm.
Or he'll talk about it with me and I don't want to accidentally because I've read it so many times, all of them. I don't want to accidentally give something away that's in a later book. So I'm like reading it along with him or attempting
Right,
to.
so you don't just like, "Whoopsies."
Yeah, so I'm like slightly ahead of him just so I can, give the
Yeah.
appropriate responses and not give anything away. So rereading that, and then from the Southwest Florida Reading Festival, I'm
Yeah.
listening to "In the Veins of the Drowning" by Kalie Cassidy.
Yes, I saw you
Ooh.
put that on your story graph.
Yeah. So I really like this book. It's really well written so far. I'm only near the beginning of it, but it's the narrator's really good. I like her voice.
Ooh.
Ellie L. Potter. She has like this British accent, and it's very like smooth. I love it. It's really good.
Nice.
And it is dark, so I wasn't expecting because it like one of the warnings is like body horror. Um,
hmm
and it makes sense with the way she describes some of the like stuff
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
can't, like say. But very good. I like it so far. So those are my 3 books.
Nice.
What about y'all?
Nice.
What are y'all reading?
I am reading 2 books.
2.
I'm still reading The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. Hopefully gonna
Nice.
finish that in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully before the next episode. Um,
Yeah.
That would
and
be nice.
then I'm reading Hammajang Luck by Manaka Yamamoto. And this is for our local book club at our local bookstore. And it's a queer sci-fi like heist book, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty good so
It's
far. I started it too.
Oh, you did?
I
Yay!
did. I started it. So I'll
Nice.
be
Yeah.
going to book club this month.
Woohoo!
Woo! That's
Yeah,
exciting.
it's like a sci-fi queer heist.
Yep. I think you
And
nailed it.
yeah, and like the space, so they're in space also. And like the space station they're on kind of reminds me of like Coruscant from Star Wars, because there's like multiple levels, and like the lower you go, the shittier the
Mm,
accommodations are.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, there's
So,
a Doctor Who episode where the space station is very similar. I can't remember which one.
mhm.
I think it's a David Tennant episode. Mm,
I've never seen
I'm
a
gonna look it
Doctor
up.
Who episode, so I don't know.
shame. Absolute shame. Shameful.
I've
Listen,
only
there's
Um
so many
watched the
shows that
first
I'm like, you
episode.
would love this, and you don't watch them. So once you
Yeah.
catch up to some of my recommendations, I'll watch Doctor Who. Maybe.
all right, bet.
I've literally only seen the
As
first
the kids
episode.
say these days.
But yeah, that's all I'm reading.
My turn. Okay, so I am
Yeah.
also reading Hammajang Luck by Makana Yamamoto. Sorry, had syllables. And then I am still reading Life on Mars by Tracy K. Smith, which is that poetry book, because I just read a
Mhm.
little bit at a time, usually like right before bed, and then I'll process what I just read because, you know, I think I talked about it last time. I have a little bit of a hard time with poetry, um, and I really should get better at it, just like understanding the prose and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then there's some of the ones in here I'm like, okay, that one's straightforward. I got it. Like,
Right.
but I still like it a lot. Like the last poem was about her father who passed away. But it was it was like in 4 parts. So it was like one poem, and then she went on to like the next topic about it. So it was another poem and so on.
Okay.
But it was still part of like the
Nice.
one poem because it was under the one title. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So there are like different sections, kind of.
Yeah. And then I am reading Vi by V. Casa. It is the 3rd book of the Vi trilogy, the one where she goes back to the Cretaceous period
Oh
with the
Oh
dinosaurs.
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, book 3 came out like yesterday. So,
Ooh, so
Nice.
you're reading it.
yeah, so I finished my other book and I'm like, yes. And now I'm reading it. So I am stoked. The opening chapter is a doozy. I added it to Storygraph, like I was the one who added it to Storygraph, and I'm like, should I have put the horror tag in this? I don't know. Cuz I can't find like like the genre when you're on like shopping websites. They don't always say the genre.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, I put science fiction and speculative fiction. 'Cause I think that's what the
Nice.
other 2 were. But yeah, the opening chapter was a doozy,
Mhm.
and I'm like, great, I just read this right before bed. Like,
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that because you were really excited for that book, so I'm
I
glad
was.
that so far it's holding up to your expectations.
Yeah, so far, for sure. And, like, it wasn't even, like, the main character either. It was like a prologue. It was
Oh,
chapter 1,
dang.
but it's like a prologue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Those are my books.
Your
Nice.
books. Oh, sorry.
Good books.
Good books. We got any 5 stars?
What about the best books? Are there 5 stars?
I like that, Allison. No, I don't have any 5 stars.
I do.
You do.
I do, and I feel like it's not gonna surprise anyone.
Tell
It's
us.
Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt
Ah.
Dinniman.
Yeah, I had a feeling that one was gonna be a 5-star.
Yes,
I've
and,
heard
like,
such good things.
it is so good. I know last episode I was talking about it, I finished that book in, like, less than a week.
Incredible.
Wow.
So
Wait, hang on. I just processed that. You? In a week?
I know. I know.
And
You
then
don't
that's a
typically
chunky
do that.
book too. Not maybe like Brandon Sanderson chunky, but it's pretty chunky.
The audiobook is, like, 13.5 hours, so it's not the
Okay, I
longest by any
gotcha.
means.
Yeah.
But they do get longer as the series progresses, apparently.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's a lit RPG, had a great time. The audiobook narrator, Jeff Hayes, fantastic job. And like they did a decent amount of like production value. Like
Mhm.
when there's like an announcer in the world, they put like an announcer filter over the voice and like little things like that. And like it's a lot of fun. I think you both should read it because you both really liked, uh oh no,
Heretical.
why am I blinking? Yeah, Heretical Fishing.
Yeah.
So,
I know this one
this is
is, I
very
think, on my
much
TBR.
yeah, this is very much a similar vibe, and, like, just I don't know if you really know, like, the concept, but basically, Earth is decimated, and then everyone goes into basically a reality TV show, and you're fighting for your life.
Love it.
Yeah,
And it has cat.
and it
And it
has a
has
cat,
cat.
and I put the disabled tag in there,
Oh, hell yeah.
so hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
It's very sweet. My review is God damn it, donut.
Oh no.
I
What kind
love
of
that.
shenanigans does Donut get up to? We have to find out.
You have to
Oh.
find out. You have to read or listen. I do strongly recommend the audiobook. They are Audible exclusives, but some library systems do have the audiobook. It seems like it's specifically through Palace, which is like a library app, kind of like Libby. So, yeah,
Nice.
Nice.
that's the only 5 star I got.
That's a good 5-star.
That's a good 5-star.
Yeah. Allie, do you have one?
I do not. My book was like a 4.5 or 4.75, something like that.
Yeah,
Dang.
So
same.
very, very
We'll have
close.
to bring it up during the next honorable mention episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do another honorable mentions soon.
That was good.
Yeah. Alright.
So,
Alright, I think it's about time we're gonna hop into our interview with Nadia Rumbolt. So we'll be back in just a little second. All right, we are here with Nadia. We're so excited to have you on the podcast. Woo!
Woo! Yes, welcome. It's so nice to have you on the podcast. I've always wanted to chat with you about blood cure.
I didn't know that. That's amazing. That feels
Yeah.
really cool.
Okay. So, the dreaded question. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Nadia.
Not dread it. Hopefully that doesn't sound narcissistic, but at the same time, if it does, that's okay too. I think that because I've had to talk a little bit about myself in a lot of my jobs over the years, that I've just gotten comfortable with like certain things that I'll say. So one thing I always lead with is I was born in Jamaica and I came to America when I was 13. So I have been here longer in America than I have been back home. Right
Oh
now,
wow.
I live, yep, right now I live in Hawaii. I got here about 7 years ago. Me and my partner, we were actually truck drivers on the mainland. We came for
No way.
vacation. Yep, yeah. I have some wild. Hopefully one day I'll make that into a story.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Vacation, right? I think that would be cool too. We came for vacation and it was from like being burnt out because the way the trucking industry is set up and all of that. So we were burnt out and we came here and we island hopped. So we ended up here on the big island on our third hop. And when I came here, it's very local vibes. And I just had this sense that I don't want to leave. And I told my husband, and then he's like, "All right, we'll stay." And then literally like a month later, I find out I'm pregnant. So it was like, okay,
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I
that
think
was
that
really
just
fun.
shows it was meant to be.
Listen, I'm all about following the signs here. So yes. Other than that, I have been writing since I was single digits years old. I cannot remember not writing. Um, and I love doing writing, reading, cooking, board games. I'm super into Stardew Valley, and my son loves to play, and gardening. We live off grid here. So right now I'm sitting actually in my garden.
Oh,
Yeah, amongst the plants, hanging out, having a good chat. So that's a little bit about me.
That sounds so lovely. What do you got growing in your garden right now?
Oh gosh, how much time do we have? I'm just kidding. Um, different kinds of potatoes, basil, tomatoes, scallions, kale over here. We're trying to do some berries, blackberry, raspberry, strawberry, um, and a bunch of herbs.
Ooh, that sounds
That
nice.
sounds
I love
that sounds
gardening too.
amazing.
So,
Hmm. Very therapeutic.
yes, definitely. All right. Um, do you have any pets or did you have any pets in the past?
Yes, actually, I had a cat a long time ago, probably over a decade now, named Buckby. I
Oh,
used to call him
oh,
Sure, yep. Unfortunately, when I first got a pet, I didn't know much about pet care and all of that. So I didn't realize,
Mhm.
like, if I'm gonna live here a really long time, I probably should not get an animal. And I had to move from Florida to California with my sister, and I could not take them, but I did find a really good home for
mhm,
Beaky. Um,
well, that's
and then
good.
yeah, over the years, that experience kind of stayed with me, and I never really wanted to get a pet because unless I felt like, all right, I'm not gonna be leaving. Like this is where I'm
Hmm.
probably gonna, you know, spend my last
Mhm.
days. That's kind of where I am with pets. We have tried with some farm animals, and it did not go great. Again, because we got one when like I was first pregnant. So it was
Right.
like I could not take care of a pet and a new baby at the same time when I've never
yeah.
had one. So there were just way too many things that just did not line up. People gave us these cats that were actually like already sick and they didn't tell us.
Oh,
And so you
Mm.
know what? I'm just gonna wait. I'm
that's
gonna
Yeah.
fair.
wait because
That's very fair.
yeah, too traumatic. But
Yeah.
I would love to get a cat.
Right.
My kids and my husband really love dogs, so we're gonna have to find a pair. And our neighbors' cats come over here all the time, and we feed them and we talk to them. The kids pet
No.
them. We used to have a lot of chickens from the neighbors again that come in here, and we fed them and all of that. And my husband is really into trying to get the birds to kind of like interact more with us. So he's been feeding them, and he really wants one of them to fly on his hands one day. So I don't know. We're
Like a
doing
true
so
Snow White.
yes, maybe I'll be like singing. What's the other one? Ella and Jen sing.
Yeah.
That would be
I love
amazing.
that so much.
Yes,
Oh.
really into this life over here.
Yeah, it sounds
It's
peaceful.
It really
Genuinely.
does.
It is very peaceful, which I think can be very boring for people when you're used to like the sounds of the city and going and doing a bunch of things. It can feel boring, and a lot of people come to Hawaii thinking that's what they want, and they barely last a year because it's just so quiet, and you have to reflect
Right.
on yourself. And
Mhm.
if you don't like the walls of yourself closing in, you're gonna be like, nope, I need the noise and the distraction. I gotta go back.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Definitely something I never thought about before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it sounds wonderful.
It really
it
does.
does.
It sounds really nice.
I think you
Uh,
go a little crazy, Courtney.
oh, I would. Yes, I would. I need to go out on adventures for sure. But for a short stint, for like a couple months, and like that is the goal, I would be in heaven.
And if you like hiking, there is just so much places to go see, like beautiful waterfalls, things opening up, and you're like, oh my god, this is like a freaking paradise out here. So
Yeah.
just and there's some parks, there's some
I
Right.
love that. Love
All
it.
right. So, Blood
So,
Cure, the second edition, is coming out very soon. What's it about?
oh goodness, I have read many things. Here, it's like it just when people ask me in real life, I'm like ready with my spiel. So it's a new adult urban fantasy romance or paranormal romance. It is about a girl with the power to manipulate blood, and she
ooh.
wants to go to university. And instead of going with the knowledge of her power, she decides to use her powers to self induce amnesia, aka forget she has powers so she can have like a somewhat normal experience. But along the way, she donates blood and it kind of triggers everything that happens, the remembering process, if you will.
Hmm.
And it's
Oh.
on the radar of a secret organization that realizes there's something in her blood.
Dun dun dun.
Ooh. Very intriguing.
Yes,
Indeed.
I love that premise.
thank you. I actually started like the first iteration. I thought about it actually when I was in college. I
Mhm.
was in the work study program there for like the health center, and one of the things we put on was a blood drive. And so there's this guy in there named Gary, and he's got this microphone, and he calls people out, "Come donate blood." And that was me back then, right? Calling people out, but I felt like such a hypocrite because I didn't like needles. I didn't want to give blood, but I eventually was like, you know what? I gotta give blood. I can't be calling these people to give blood and then like I don't.
Oh,
And
that's
so
so
I'm
true.
in, yeah, like can't do this. So there I am giving blood, and then all of a sudden this idea just comes to me like, what if you donate this blood and then they actually are testing your blood and they're gonna find something in your blood and then they're gonna send these agents after you and try to get you to give them all their blood. And that's kind of like how
Oh
the
my god, I
story was.
absolutely love that. I love that.
Paranoia for authors is so good.
Oh my god. It's just so funny because it's like the smallest, like, events like that that's, like, kinda, like they're random, but they are just, like, a regular daily event that it's just like, "What if?"
What if is the key to a good story.
It's so true.
Yes, because it would have been very very easy for me to just say she didn't know she had the powers and then she discovers them, which I had thought about writing it from that angle, but I also thought that that is just I don't want to say straightforward, but almost like expected, and I think a lot of people
Yeah,
are intrigued like, because she does it to herself on purpose.
right.
Right,
It's
yeah,
very
that's a
different.
unique kind of concept or angle to take it from.
Exactly, and when I was querying, I had a lot of people say, "Wow, I really love this concept," you know, I want to hear more. Um, so it was
Mhm.
good feedback to know that the because it was harder to write it like that to because I had kind of gotten to know Fate to be like, what would she be like if she didn't remember her
Mhm.
power? What about her personality would change and the things she says and the things she does and how she looks at the world and just
Right.
kind of seeing the huge symbology of when you forget yourself in one aspect, it bleeds, if you will, onto other aspects of yourself. Yeah, lots of symbology with that little power there.
I
Yeah.
love
Definitely.
that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So I know you kind of touched on this a little bit, but like what parts of yourself are reflected in the blood cure?
Some I'm aware of, and some that somebody brought to my attention. So when I started college, I was super naive. Like I said, I grew up in Jamaica, and so when I came to America, I had a very sheltered experience in a way because my family was just focused on like you have to get good grades, you have to get good grades, and
Mhm.
Mhm.
as an immigrant and a black immigrant at that, that is something that our households preach a lot is that you have to get an education. So I wasn't really allowed to like go have friends and go do a bunch of stupid teenage stuff. Like my teenage stupid stuff was probably like I logged into AOL and talked to somebody that was probably too old for me. Like
Scandalous.
so we shared that similar naivete in that sense. Her forgetting her power was me kind of going out into the world, not really knowing I had power outside of like education in a way. And I think a lot of adolescents, when they're starting a college experience, feel that way. A lot of my friends did, you're just feels like you don't know anything because of everything that you had to go through to even get to that point.
Mhm.
And
Right.
when I also wrote Blood Cure, when I wrote the first draft before I even decided to, not the first draft, the outline, um, I was a mother for about 4 years and I was going through this sense of like, I don't remember who I am. So it was also a little bit
Oh.
of journey of rediscovering and forgetting who Nadia was because it was just now mom. And a
Mhm.
lot of it, part of it was that. Um, and as I mentioned earlier, off grid out here, and I'm raising my kids homeschooled. And I wanted to show another side of them that yes, Fate has moments where she's naive and socially awkward, but a lot of that actually comes from her forgetting her power, not because she's homeschooled, but because she did
Oh,
that. And
right.
I wanted to show that not all people that are homeschooled are awkward or weird or they don't really know how to interact. She's just a very focused, very intense person, regardless of homeschool, is because she has these powers that she's had to keep a secret her whole life.
Mhm.
So I think in those ways, um, we're very similar. And I was talking to another author who had read the book, and I asked her, do you consider Fate to be like Black Cat energy? And she's like, yeah. And I didn't realize how Black Cat I made her because I expect from what I've read, Black Cats are just like a little bit more like dark and super intense. And I didn't realize I might have self-inserted some of my Black Cat energy, but I've never considered myself Black Cat, but, like, it kinda makes sense, like, I'm literally kinda living in isolation a little bit, but I'm very chatty and social at the same time, like a ambivert, but I need that
Mhm.
introvert time to recharge, so
Right.
Definitely.
Same.
I can see
yeah.
it though. I can see what you're talking about with the black cat energy. She really is. She's just like, leave me alone. But also, I enjoy your company, so you can just sit there. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly, and I didn't think that was a black cat at all because the black cats I read, they were just like they were very snippy and like hers comes more from like being naive than it's about like making hard boundaries with people because you like just don't like people. Whereas I feel like she does like people, but part of her forgetting her power is that it helped her connect with people.
Mhm.
But when she forgot that, she kind of lost a little bit of her true personality. And at the end
Mhm.
of the book, you don't get to see it a lot of, but you see a moment where she becomes like who she was again.
Mhm.
But you don't get to see the full spectrum of who she was before that.
Right. Yeah, because it was really just like a very small part.
Exactly. Exactly. It was a small part.
So speaking of Leslie, one of the love interests, he's a total
Yeah.
golden retriever. He's like the complete opposite of this black cat energy. um,
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about him, like what inspired his character, maybe what his motivations are prior to meeting Fate, anything like non-spoilerly.
Okay, let's see here. So, racially and ethnically, he's inspired by my husband, who is Filipino.
Oh.
And mhm. And our time together, I've learned a lot about his people. And in the book,
Mhm.
I mentioned it. There's these people there, indigenous people called Atas, um, and they actually look black, but they're indigenous. So that always,
Oh,
of
I
all the
got you.
stories. back home that always stuck with me because they present black and they do have a little bit of like the eyes that is common with Asians, but for the most
Mhm.
part, like their hair looks black. Some might have straight wavy hair as well, but I thought that was super fascinating. And I guess I'm hoping this is not spoilery, but like Fate has been no, actually I don't think it is. Fate has been to the Philippines, so she's met these people and connected with them. Um, and it was an unexpected thing for her to find people there that look like her, and it was an experience that stuck with her.
Mhm.
Just like it stuck with me when my husband talked about it. And then personality wise, like my husband is like he's got like that cool energy, like he's like a cool dude. Where I'm like, I'm not that cool girl. I'm the awkward girl, if you will. So
Yeah.
some of his really rubbed off in there. But I also have always been like very interested in like golden retriever types. I know a lot of people like shadow daddies and like that's totally
Yeah.
cool. There's I like, but I've always been more fascinated by golden retrievers, and so I wanted to explore that in this one. Um, and then also like my husband is very like very ride or die energy, and I think Leslie just being like, "I got you. Tell me what you need." Like I love putting that in there where they're similar.
Mhm.
That's fun.
Um,
I love that.
and then beyond that, I think that I also wanted my kids to have representation if they ever choose to read my story. Like to see their parents represented, sure they don't have kids at the end or anything like that, but just to see that representation, I think in
Right.
literature super important.
Hmm.
And instead of waiting for somebody else to do it on screen, I'm like, I got you kids. And luckily my
Yeah.
yeah, he's super into reading. So like I said, if he ever is like, I want to read your stuff, mom, he'll be like, oh, hey, they're kind of like they represent me. That's really cool.
Right. Kind of
Yeah.
like
Um,
Yeah.
where
Be able
like
to
you
make those
came from.
connections.
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. And then in the bonus chapter, you do kind of learn, which hasn't come out yet. It will be coming out soon. You do find out a little bit about Leslie's motivations before you meet him, like what he was up to.
Okay.
And the first time you meet him, I actually show what happened right before that. It's kind of funny. I can't tell you what it is yet, but um, I thought it was cute to just show. And he mentioned it a little bit that he is just trying to figure out, kind of like anybody in college, right? Like, how do I put my interest into like a career? Like, how do I
Right.
take
Hmm.
it to the next level in my life? And you just get to see a little bit of glimpse of him trying to figure that out.
That's awesome. I love that.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Kind of
Yeah.
along those similar lines, there's the friendship that we have between Fate and Gemina. What inspired that?
Oh man. So when I started college, I had a roommate, not in complete similar situation as the Fate and Jamina, but I obviously was more black hat. My roommate was a little bit more outgoing, not as like peppy as Jamina though, but definitely
Mhm.
the more outgoing one. And so a little bit of that energy dynamic was inspired by that because my roommate got me out of my shell alive. It may have taken her a little while to get me out of my shell, but she got there. And I still talk to her to
Sounds
this
very
day.
similar
She
to.
never gave up.
And gosh, we've been friends for how old was I in college? Like 2 decades now. We're still friends and we talk and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But she really helped me put my energy out there. But I don't know. Jamina, even Leslie, like they both came to me as that. Sometimes it's not you don't have like an exact inspiration. It's just how the story gets downloaded in my brain. And that's how stories come to me. I don't feel like I really make stuff up. The idea just drops in with like who the characters are and their general personality, and then I just kind of fill in the gaps. It's almost like a flash of the whole story happens, and then I try to like catch all the pieces and put them on paper in that
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
But I really, Fate was not supposed to have a roommate, and then like there she is, and she's got to figure out how to deal with that. But it's something that I feel like she needed in the story, like that forced proximity, but with friends.
Right.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. I really liked that part of the story, like that whole aspect of it kind of does force her to have that university life that she was looking for, even though like she didn't want it.
hmm
Like that, like
Ex-
specifically.
exactly. I didn't want her to just have the curated experience that she thought that she was gonna have. I wanted her to have a curveball where she met a guy and she didn't go into it thinking she was gonna have a crush on anybody or a roommate. So I think she needed to have some unexpected things that also let her experience university life to its fullest, like you're saying, with a roommate, with guys
Mhm.
around, and classes and all of those things.
Right. That almost feels like the true college experience because you always go into, or at least I did. I went into college with like an expectation of what was going to happen, and then you meet people, and then it's just completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these two
Exactly.
girls here just completely upended mine in some
Well,
ways.
I'm sorry.
In the best way.
Okay.
The best way.
Uh,
So I
who was
get
the
that.
black cat? Who was the golden retriever? Tell me.
Ooh, of us? That
Yeah.
was the golden retriever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd she say? Like, she's the rug that brings a room together, like, like brings the whole room
Oh,
together, or something like that.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I could see that.
because hey, it seems like it's like a throwaway piece of furniture, but really, like without it, you're tracking mud in, and things are just getting a little bit messier a lot quicker. And nice little accent piece really can bring a
Yeah.
whole room to, you know.
It really
Yeah.
does bring a whole room to life.
Mm-hmm.
The black cat
Okay.
part?
It's probably
Mm,
me. Maybe.
I think Allison.
Yeah, I
Probably
think
me.
it's you, Allie.
It's
All
me.
right, Allie, we're both gonna be sitting on the black cat bench, okay?
Yeah. They're like, I'm the quiet, like I'll just sit here and watch and be with you quietly.
Are you
But
are
I
you
get
also
spurts
like,
of craziness, so
yeah, right? Like I was saying with like being an ambivert is kind of like you're chill and then somebody starts talking about your favoriteest thing and suddenly you just light up.
exactly.
Yep, that's
Exactly.
exactly it.
Yeah.
Wow. Cats, baby.
Woo.
Courtney, I think you're a golden retriever too.
I don't yeah.
I can be, for
Yeah,
sure.
honestly.
Depends on
You
my
seem
mood.
outgoing. Mhm.
Are you the orange cat?
Maybe?
Yes.
Maybe?
Possible?
Maybe?
Maybe.
Perhaps? Uh so
So, will we see more of Fate's story or any more of this universe you created in future books?
Well, if you read it, you can see I kind of left a little window or two open.
Mhm.
ooh.
There's always something in the back of my brain rolling like, "Oh, I could definitely do this, and I could do that." And, ooh. So I don't think the door is closed. I just think that my head is already I don't want to say moved on because it's always still there like, "You could do this." So I think it's definitely very possible that I'm gonna do something. Just not yet. There's a couple of very loud voices from other stories in my head right now. So we gotta go quiet these guys down real quick before we go back to the Blood Cure universe.
Right. Okay. That's fair.
I
That's
get
so
that. That's
fair.
very fair. Yeah.
Because if like the motivation is happening, you need to let the creativity and the story come out.
Absolutely, and I'm dealing with a little bit of that right now where I was working on a book and I wrote like 40,000 words and I was just like,
Ooh.
something is off. And I've been trying for probably months now, 2 or 3 months now, to make it happen. And it's just not happening. And yesterday I was like, all right, it's official. I'm closing it up and I'm going to focus on something else.
Yeah,
Yeah, you never
Mhm.
know. Maybe one day in the future, an inspiration will strike and you can revisit it.
for sure.
Exactly. Exactly. I need that. There needs to be like a clicking noise where you're like, yes, this story makes complete sense to me, and I'm not just not getting it there yet. So, but that's okay because I started drafting a little bit of my next story, and it's like taking off like wildfire. So I'm like, all right then, okay,
Ooh, love
That's
it.
awesome. And kind of
yeah.
along those lines, do you have any like advice for someone that's looking to self-publish? or wants
I
to explore self-publishing, I guess.
So when I finished Blood Cure, or even before that, kind of like a lot of authors, you have this dream of being traditionally published.
Mhm.
And I didn't know about self-publishing until about a year or two before I started getting back into well, not getting back, just entering the book community because I did not really explore it outside of like um, a certain universe that she who shall not be mentioned's name universe. So that was like most of my book online experience. So when I expanded, I started to see um I started to see like, oh, you can self-publish. You don't have to wait for a publisher. But at the time
Right.
I finished, I had about a month or two left before I would give birth. We weren't sure the exact date yet. So I didn't want to try to learn self-publishing and baby at the same time. So that is
Fair.
part of the reason I queried. But I was interested in self-publishing, but I just did not have the confidence. And I think
Mhm.
after going through it and learning from people and talking a lot to indie authors and asking them questions. And I think most of all, I found like two really good indie authors who, and a really good Facebook group where you can ask them anything. Like, even if your question feels super stupid, you ask them, and people were just so kind, like giving me extra information, sending me voice notes, walking me through things. And it really built up my confidence that I can do it. But I think also being friends with somebody who is one of my friends, Sheila Masterson, she has been writing, I think she said maybe about 4 years. And one of her books just took off to the whole moon. So I think also just being around that energy of seeing somebody put that time and dedication into it and seeing results was also just very motivating. So I think if
Mhm.
anybody is looking into it, I would say first you got to deal with your mindset a little bit that you can't do it or you don't have time for it or you have to be traditionally published. I do think a part of it is if you have that dream, it is okay to explore it, but it is not the only place to put all of your eggs. Like you can still leave room and you should actually know how a lot of these things work because the traditional published space, even with again an author right now who's like getting big deals, they're having a hard time in that space, because people are calling the authors controlling when they just really want to know what's going on. There's just so much mystery. And I think when
Right.
you're self-publishing, there's no mystery. The only mystery is like when you have to hold information from like your audience and your readers are online. And I love that
Right.
transparency. And I think that it's good to know what is happening. So when those sort of mysteries start happening in a traditionally published space, you understand like, oh, why did they go with that cover? Why did they choose to do this like with marketing?
Mhm.
That you should just experience it. Every single book you have does not need to be traditionally published. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I was just so pro trad until like you experience both. And luckily for me, having experienced both, I realized like just how vital it is to understand the process. And so I think authors should just be okay not knowing, finding people to ask, asking quote unquote stupid questions, finding little tiny communities and people that you can talk to. A lot of these indie authors, if you go in their inbox and talk to them, they will answer you. Like I've never been in one where they're like, I'm not answering any of your questions. They've
Right.
always been just very forthcoming. And I just did like collaboration posts. Like it's just there's just so much opportunity, and
Mhm.
you gotta take those blinders off and really see that there's lots to learn, and it's okay if you don't know everything, and it's okay if you make mistakes. Like I almost accidentally published my paperback, and I ran to my friend. And I was like, "Oh my god, I think it's gonna put it up online, and I'm not ready. It's not ready yet." And she's talked me down and said, "Oh, that's normal. It looks like that first, but it's not going to push it until you tell it to push it." And I was like, "That's great." So just find a community. You're going to be afraid, but do it anyway. And I don't know. It's just really fun, like being in charge a little bit of like where you want things to go, how you want things to look.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's all whether you win, lose, between. And I think with trad, what I've heard from a lot of authors is that when things go right, the publishers try to take credit, and then when it goes wrong, they drop it on the authors. Like I've not talked to any traditionally published people, and it's been the best experience. Like I've talked to ones where they got six-figure deals, and they're like, "I'm never doing that again." Like imagine that. We think right now, like if somebody offered you six figures for your book, you're like,
Right.
"Yes, I can." But then you read the fine print. Okay, you're not getting those over this amount of time, and if you're an agent, they're going to get that much, and then you're probably not going to earn out, and they're not going to market you, and it's just not that golden in there as we think. Um,
Hmm.
yeah. So learn both. Learn both. If we're gonna sum it all up, I feel like I babbled. Was learn both.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that because like there are pros and cons to both, like no matter what. Um,
Ab-
and really, what authors should do is like figure out like what's right for them. But also like don't be scared to do something quote untraditional. You know.
Exactly.
Ask the
Yeah.
questions, do the research, find
Yep.
what works for you and what's best for how you want to run your story, how you want to handle
Mhm.
your creation. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
and everything's different for
Mhm.
everyone. So I love that there's such a community around something that honestly I never knew that you could self-publish. I mean, now
Mhm.
that I'm an adult, I know, but like I would have never thought. So just having a
Yep.
space where you can actually communicate and like you said, ask those questions and get the answers and be brave and do it yourself. Or if you want to go the route of traditional, you can also do that. So that's really
Mhm.
cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I feel like the self-publishing industry has really taken off in the last, I don't know, probably
Yeah.
decade. So it's
Oh, it
probably a
really
lot
has.
easier
Yeah.
now than it was 15, 20 years ago as well.
Mhm,
Absolutely. And now the traditionally, now the trad publishers are going after indie authors that are doing really well. That's what happened
mhm.
to one of my
Mhm.
friends. Is they
Yeah.
got offered a bigger deal because they did, all the work. She was posting like an obscene amount of times on TikTok, and then she had that one post that went viral and took off, and then they found her and um offered her a print deal because that was the one thing that she wanted. Luckily, she kept her digital rights. But she said after the experience, she does not think she would go back because of everything she had to go through. She's like, I don't know about this. I'm like,
Yeah.
you got figures and you don't know about this, and that just tells you like it's not always everything, and it's not the only measure of success. And I think
Exactly.
that's one
Yeah.
thing I'm finding out. Like success feels like um, knowing what's going on and publishing it when like more of like when I want and what I want to put in my book and all of those things too. That some traditionally published places will offer. Um, yeah. So it just depends, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I know that you just recently revealed your second edition cover. Could you kind of talk to us about like what was the inspiration behind that and like did you hire a designer or is this something you created on your own?
If only I was that talented, darling. Oh my, I was genuinely stuck about what I wanted to do for the second cover. Because the first one was I had just seen that vision of it, and I think with the second one, I was like, I didn't expect to be doing a second edition, so I got nothing in my dome.
Mhm.
And then I told that to my husband, who is a great artist that I am secretly trying to get into the book world so he can learn how to like do cover because he's really good at drawing. I'm trying to get him to draw my characters, all of those things. But I told him, I'm like, what do I do? And of course, he had an answer ready. He's like, I think you should go cellular. I'm like, tell me more. Let's go under the fascia. Let's go into the cells and all of that stuff. And I was like, brilliant. I love it. I cannot see it. Can you do like your little thing and like draw me a thing? So he did that bunch of sketches, and then we worked with NZ Graphics Official on Instagram, who worked on my first cover. And then I don't know, she is just obviously a freaking amazing genius because she did two stunning covers. But this second one, absolutely just love how she was just able to translate that as well. So that was the process. Didn't know what I was doing. Hubby helped, and then NZ just did an amazing job again.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a beautiful cover. Every
I
time I
love
look
how
at
it
it, I'm
looks.
just like, "Ooh, hard
It's so
eyes."
bright. I love it.
It is.
Like, whoa, it's just very bloody looking.
But I mean, like
It's
that.
bloody looking, but, like, under a microscope, which I think is cool.
And like the
Exactly.
funny
You
thing
got
is that I went to another author's like talk. She does like her book was nonfiction. It's called The Light Eaters. So it's about like the physiology of plants and just kind of can they hear? Can they, sense this? Blah blah blah. What kind of like thinking do they have? And but like they did mention it's like yeah, like when you think about it, like all like I guess they're not veins, but like all the little twiggy stuff going up the leaves. It looks like nerves. It looks like blood veins. Looks very similar to like that.
Yeah.
They're
Like, the cellular
capillaries.
structure is pretty
Yeah.
similar to between plants and humans
Yeah.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay. I mean, really, have you opened the watermelon and really looked at it and what it looks like? It literally looks like the female reproductive system. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's really amazing. I'm like, wow, nature is really talking to us here.
It is. It's really cool.
So yes, I support human artists all the way. Screw
Yes.
AI.
Yes.
Drop F bombs here, but
Snaps.
Yeah. Screw AI.
It doesn't know what it's doing.
Exactly. It
does
just steals.
feel to do it.
So we know that with the second edition of Blood Cure, it kind of forced some of your other works in progress to take a back seat. Is there anything you can tell us about your next book or upcoming books, if you have any?
Sneaky. Um, so
We always
on
have to
a
ask.
yeah, I'm working on a standalone series. They're interconnected in the fact that you vaguely meet the character. So if you read in publication order, is going to mention the character that's coming in the next book, pretty much. And
Ooh,
then there's
okay.
going to be a couple of overlaps, like at the end of the first book, you don't get the full resolution, but you get a resolution enough that you close the book and you can be like, ah, but there's still like that tiny little bit of a window. And so, for example, in the second book, you're gonna the main character is going to be watching the news of that happening. So there's gonna be like
Ah.
little interconnected moments. And the best friend, her sister is actually gonna be the POV in the next book. So there's gonna be like they're standalones, but you'll get some breadcrumbs pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Um,
it. I like it.
and then one thing I'm excited about with this series is that there's the potential to write like an infinite amount of books in it, or I can do like a thing where I do like 3 books and then they all meet in the fourth one, and then I move on to new people or in different parts. So that is one
Oh,
thing
I
I
got you.
love about this universe. Yeah, is I can do whatever I want, and because I'm self-pub, I can do whatever I want.
Yes.
So, there's not a lot of people that have standalone series. I'm starting to realize. It's still something that I think people crave in this age where they're consuming books and they love series, but they also don't want to wait anymore. I know that when I was younger, I didn't mind waiting because I just I had a very small schedule: school, activities, home, repeat. Whereas I feel like as a
Mm-hmm.
mom, it's really hard to keep up with series, especially when you're reading like 5, 6 of them. By the time the next book comes out, which again, I'm okay with it and all of that, it's just like I don't remember because I'm writing too. I'm reading several books. I got my kids. I got gardening. I I forget. So I've been low key championing indie authors to provide a summary. I know some of them are really skilled and they will put it in the first 2 chapters to kind of remind you. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I'll just buy it and wait. I'll buy them all as they come out and then read them all at once.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
because I was struggling with that, exactly, it's hard, right? Because I want to support them, but if you don't buy their book, they're not able to finish the rest of the book. So I'm like, you know what? I'll
Right.
buy it, hold it, and wait. But it sucks sometimes not to be part of the hype as everybody else is hyped up, and I do not have time to reread books right now. So I'm like, it's one, and if I can't continue, if I'm reading the next one and by the fifth chapter or whatever, 20% in, I still can't remember stuff, I'm gonna wait till we finish the series and then maybe I will start over, or if they get it on audio or something like that. So to
Mhm.
alleviate that, I was like, I'm gonna do a standalone series. I didn't even want them to be connected, so it was a very organic thing that happened anyway. Um, so that's it. And so when I sent in my first book to my developmental editor, I asked for some feedback of like, what genre should I put this in? And she told me it's almost like a superhero reimagining style, which I'm not putting it in that category, but that just shows like I'm still learning, which is
Mhm.
okay. But I love that feedback because I'm like, they are kind of like superheroes, but they're not, like the whole. Okay, I'll give you a little bit more. So the whole world has magic in this series. Everybody has a power. I'm not going to tell you how they get that power yet because that's actually one of the cool parts of the story is that lore. And I'm like over here sitting forward because I'm so excited. Talking about this. So everybody has powers, and because of how the government is, a lot of people hide how much their powers can do because if the government finds out, they might try to recruit you, often with really aggressive means. So the story is
Mm.
following people who are kind of like hiding how much they can do. And in the first book, it is inspired by, as I mentioned earlier, I worked in Florida and I actually worked in a prison there in Punta Gorda, down there in Fort Myers. And this first story is partially inspired by my time there working at a prison. So we have this therapist who realizes a series of deaths happening in her patients and decides
Ooh.
to go undercover in the prison to figure out what is going on in there.
That's
Dun,
fun.
dun,
Oh.
dun. That's another one. I like it.
Yes.
I
So
also
that's gonna
really
Fun.
be the
like
next.
it. It's like I also really like it when they're inspired by like our own experiences.
Mhm.
Yes, so much easier to write.
It
So much
is.
easier. Yes.
I like had the epiphany the other day, and I'm like, dude, what was I doing? Like,
Hmm.
eh,
Exactly. And the second book in the series is going to be a little harder because it's not fully inspired by my life um too
Mhm.
much. It deals with like a lot of death and healing, and I recently lost a friend earlier this year.
mhm.
So it's going to be kind of cathartic in that way to kind of process it
Yeah.
through stories, and I was gonna immortalize her in the book that I got stuck on. I'm gonna leave her in there. Um, Still, I named her after one of the queens in the book. But I feel like I'm gonna be channeling more of like the emotions of going through that and thinking about some of the deaths that I have been through. That like I want to pour into that. So I don't feel like I've had like a lot of deaths and it's gonna be so emotional. I think I when we hear about deaths in book, like sometimes there's like a more subtleness, like a softer way to deal with grief sometimes. And I think that that's the angle I'm taking here. Because apparently I don't like to write things the easy way. They a little bit differently in the second book. So I have like four plans. So I would also just love to have I don't want to say completed series, but just like a series since it can't be technically completed since it's a standalone. I would really like to have a series out there as well because authors make pretty good money when they have a series as well. So a girl's got
Yeah.
to make a book.
Nice.
Awesome. And I think we have 2 more questions for you. The
Two.
last
Two.
yeah, 2.
Two.
We have one.
2?
She's like, I
Yeah,
have a secret one actually.
I do have a secret one.
Yeah. This is what she does.
Listen.
Well, you should do this next
So
one.
yeah. Do you want to do this next one, Courtney?
No, you should, because
Okay.
you know exactly where I got the idea from.
Yes. So imagine that you're at a pet store, but instead of animals, it's plants and they're
Mhm.
sentient.
Ooh.
what species of plant would you find or like want to
Which
be as your pet?
yeah, which plant?
Mm.
Which plant would you pick as your next
I'm like
companion?
I'm looking around my garden and be like,
Yeah, you're
"Big
you're in the perfect spot right now. You're in your garden. You can see everything in your
mm,
beautiful backyard and see you know, you can just pick your favorite.
big oh my gosh. Tell them I have favorites while I'm in here." Just kidding.
Oh, and then the other ones are gonna
Ah,
get upset.
I gosh, I don't know if my answer is partially biased or not, but like I'm looking at the behaviors of the plants, and I will one day write an elemental story, and I have this idea of like this character who can like send out veins. So with strawberry plants, they have these things called runners, and it's so cool
Mhm.
because the mother plant just keeps sending out runners, and then the runners become mothers, and they send out more runners. And I just think that's really cool. It's so regenerative how strawberries behave. Like you could just start with one strawberry and end up with like an unlimited amount of plants from it. So
Yeah.
Right.
I probably strawberry because I could just grow and maybe I could just like okay, a little crazy, but I'll feed the world and it's just gonna be strawberry. Gonna
Yes.
send
Now,
out
if this is your pet, would you eat the strawberries from your pet?
if they want me to.
Okay.
They're like, "Here you go, mom." Like, "Here's some strawberries."
Me and it'll give you maybe some superhuman powers. Yes, I'm eating them. Maybe strawberry. I also really like potatoes because you plant one little
They will take over
what
the world.
they will take over the world. They will just multiply and give you 10, 15, 5 potatoes from just like one tiny bit.
Mhm.
So I love plants that just multiply themselves like that.
We,
Even mint. It goes
oh gosh, mint. In
Mint,
my
yeah.
old house, we planted potatoes, and we found
mm,
them forever. Every year, you'd find more potatoes, and you're like, I thought we finished these."
no. If you miss
And they would
one,
just
it will multiply.
they just keep
Mhm.
coming back.
And it's great because it's so low maintenance, and I love that. It's kinda like a cat, potatoes. They don't need a
Yes.
lot,
They
you
don't need a
know?
lot. They just need some dirt, a little bit of sun, some water. They're happy campers.
Things that happen naturally, and you say hi to them a
Yeah,
couple
Exactly.
of times. Yeah.
exactly. It works.
So I'd be a berry. Definitely a berry.
I like it. I like it.
Excellent
What are
answers.
get? What would you all get?
Mm, like
Oh,
aloe,
Hello.
you're pointy, spiky.
but
Oh,
healing.
someone
Yeah,
is
the
giving black
healing.
that.
But they're so helpful too.
That's
Yeah,
So,
true. They
really.
are.
yeah,
I
I like
think I would
aloe.
have a pet hibiscus
Ooh.
Ooh, why?
because they're pretty and they smell really nice, and you can make tea with them
You know what? I
with
feel
their
like it would have a
leaves.
great personality.
It would. It'd be like sweet and bubbly and like just a cute
Well
little
then.
yeah.
I think I would pick a bonsai. Like, be
Ooh.
because I
Oh.
would think that it's probably gonna be wise and I'll have, like, good conversations with it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
this is
Like an ancient bonsai, one that's been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah, it'll
Oh gosh.
frequently say, "Back in my day."
I
just
like it.
like
Grandpa bonsai.
here in Hawaii in the library, they have like this bonsai show. I think they literally bring them out like every month, and it's just your cute little bonsai plants. They
I
No,
have
love
a little.
that.
You would love it.
I love
I think it
that
would
so
judge me
much.
too. I'd be such
It would
It's
some,
judge
true.
like,
you.
whippersnapper.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
So, the last question that appeared,
Did not appear.
It appeared.
it appeared on the document while we were talking. Um, where can we find you and or your books?
You can find me on. I mostly hang out on Threads, but also
Mhm.
on Instagram. I am at Nadia.Rumbolt. And I think on TikTok, there's just no dot or Facebook. there's no dot between the name for some reason there.
Okay.
But I think if you put my name, period, it will show up on any of those platforms. And sometimes I post my videos on YouTube as well. Uh, but yeah, mostly I hang out on Threads. Um, that's where you can find me. And as far as my book, it is on pre-order right now on Amazon. It comes out
Mm-hmm.
August 12th. I'm announcing the arc for next week. So the form is going to be live. Um, and then I also have some like character art that I'll be releasing so that as people read, they have some cool visuals to go with the character. And then for Courtney, who has read it, it's going to be like, oh my God.
I
So
know. I'm gonna
hopefully,
be like, that's what I was literally about to say. I'm like, I can't wait to see the character art.
yeah.
Because the
So I'm
descriptions,
excited
especially
for.
for Fate, are stunning. Like I feel like she's like physically a beautiful person, and I can't wait.
Listen, these artists are so good. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, Faye, can I just be you? You're so beautiful, even though you're so that's what I have planned. I'm excited. I've been sitting on these art and the bonus chapter and all of that stuff for a while, and I'm excited to have them roll out.
Awesome. And we'll have links to all of Nadia's stuff down below in the description. So you can go ahead and give her a follow and hopefully pre-order the book as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. Had my first pre-order yesterday, and I feel like
Yes.
extra legit after. So I'm like, yeah, small wins. Let's celebrate.
Oh, that's
That's
exciting.
awesome. That's so
It's
exciting.
are like 2 months early, so I acknowledge it because I don't well, like my friend says, people don't really pre-order. Most of them will come in like the last week. People
Mhm.
don't usually pre-order too far ahead of time sometimes, unless the book takes off or is already popular, then sure. But
Mm-hmm.
so that meant a lot to me. So yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's
awesome. I love
awesome.
that.
Congrats.
hmm Thank you.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well,
Well, I think that does it for us. Thank you, Nadia, for joining us. It was great chatting with you. And
Yeah.
uh
Lovely conversations today. It was very
yeah.
fun.
Thank you all so much for having me, for inviting me on. This is my first podcast about labels. So this is the first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay!
Alrighty.
so, well,
Yeah. Happy reading. Thanks for listening.
thanks for listening.
Yes.
Happy reading.
Thank you. Happy reading.
Happy
Bye.
reading.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Books I Read with My Cat. You can find us on social media at BookCatPod. And if you have any ideas or feedback, feel free to give us an email at bookcatpod@gmail.com. Happy reading.